Yes, good morning. Thank you for your welcoming words. I mean, for me, it's a pleasure to take part in this event. I think it's a very useful event on a very
Sorry,
interesting
Koen,
topic.
we don't have sound.
Oh, okay. Oh, mm.
I have. I hear you, cool. Very well.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
I can hear you
I
as
can
well.
hear too.
I can
Yeah,
hear you too.
I don't know if
I can hear you too.
Me
okay.
too. I can hear also.
Okay. So then perhaps it's best that I proceed. Does everyone hear me now, or do you
Yes,
are there
it's
still
fine
Yes,
now.
loud
Yes,
and
we can
clear.
hear you.
Oh yeah, okay. 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 So yeah, good morning, colleagues. So yeah. So for me it's a pleasure to be here in and to take part in this very useful event on the topic of peer reviews. As what already mentioned earlier this morning, so peer reviews also now fits in the it fits very well in the overall context of the EU vet policy. In particular, when we refer to the Council recommendation on vet, which was adopted end of last year. So this Council recommendation is an important milestone in the EU vet policy, since it is the first ever Council recommendation which tries to establish an overall vision for VET at European level and at national level. And I've prepared just a couple of slides to highlight the main features of this new Council recommendation. So I don't know if you can see my screen now, if you can see my PowerPoint.
Yes, it's okay.
Yes, okay, great. Then I'll just try to. So, yes, indeed. So, as I mentioned, so this is an important policy document because this is a this document repeals also the EGVET recommendation and the EQAVET recommendation, which were, as you know, adopted earlier in 2009. So, and the content, the key principles of these two previous recommendations on EGVET and EQAVET have been incorporated in this new document, a new council recommendation on VET. And as you will see, so the EQAVET framework is included in this recommendation as an annex, Annex 2, and it entails an update of the previous EQAVET framework. So we have now emphasized more elements on digital skills, green skills as well, learning outcomes. Some elements have been incorporated in this updated EQAVET framework. Also, for example, the principles on the EQAVET Plus have been incorporated in this EQAVET framework, and also in the main text of the VET recommendation, you will find a section on quality assurance, defining the main principles of quality assurance, and also detailing the tasks of the EQAVET national reference points. And one of the new tasks of these NRPs, the EQAVET NRPs, is to participate on a voluntary basis in EQAVET peer reviews at vet system level. Later this morning, I will give a more detailed presentation on this concept, but now I would just like to highlight some main features of the council recommendation. So this very briefly has four main parts. On the one hand, it defines the vision for vet. It also includes some quantitative objectives and then also some principles to be followed at national level. And finally, it also indicates some support actions that we are trying to pursue at European level, in European Commission, together with the member states. So when it comes to the vision, so the main vision of that is to equip young people and adults with the skills needed to manage their career and to face the changes on the labor market. Also, the idea is that European vocational education and training, EU VET systems, would become a world reference for vocational learners. And while doing so, it's important, of course, to include and to take care of inclusiveness and to make sure that there are equal opportunities as well. So this is a bit the overall vision in a nutshell. Of course, you will find more details in the council recommendation. When it comes to the specific objectives, so there are three defined. The first one is that the share of employed graduates should be at least 82%. Then also there is a strong emphasis on work-based learning, and specifically the council recommendation states that 60% of recent graduates from VET should benefit from work-based learning during their training, which is also a very important element. And then also there is a strong emphasis on learning mobility abroad. So 8% of the learners in VET should benefit from learning mobility abroad. So these are the quantitative objectives of the council recommendation. So then concretely what we try to do at European level is carrying out various actions to support these objectives. On the one hand, some of these actions, they are already a continuation, which were established already a bit in the past, like, for example, our work on apprenticeships, which already was developed since a few years. Also, the concept of vocational centers of vocational excellence will be continued as well. And there are also some new elements, which is, for example, the European vocational core profiles, which is currently still under preparation. So it's still a bit a new concept on the one hand. And then also, as you will see in this slide, there is the concept of peer reviews on the quality assurance. And so here we talk in particular about that system level, but of course we know that there exist also, of course, quality assurance peer reviews on that provider level, and they of course are also very useful in the context of the objectives of this council recommendation. So that's a bit the overview, the context, the policy context in which this event takes place, and in which the peer reviews as such, more in general, fit. And so, as I mentioned, I'm very glad that we have the opportunity to discuss this with also other colleagues from other European countries to learn from each other. And so, yeah, later this morning, I will then give a detailed presentation on where we are with the concept of peer reviews in EQAVET at that system level. So yeah, I will perhaps give back the floor to the organizers to continue our meeting. Thank you.